This time we're going to take this excellent image that I downloaded from Stock Exchange, which is a wonderful place to find some stock images, and using some of the graphy action packs for elements, turn it into something that looks like it's fading away to a sketch. We'll start here in the workspace for Photoshop Elements 5, although this same thing will work with Elements 4, Elements 3, or any version of Photoshop. The first thing we'll need to do is load up Graphy's Sketchy Paint actions, which you can find in the Special Effects section of the Artwork and Effects palette. You'll see Graphy's Effects on the left, and the drop menu over to the right, click on Sketchy Paint. In the Sketchy Paint section, grab the Sketch action and just drag it over on top of your image and let it go. Once the action is completed, you'll have an image very similar to one like this. Looks like a pencil sketch with a couple smears from where your hand may be dragged across the paper. The next thing to do is to flatten this image. Once you have all the layers blended the way you want them to blend, flatten the image to get back to just a plain background layer again. In the top right corner of the workspace, you'll see a little icon like this. Looks like 4 little squares. That's going to tile images. You want to tile these images because the graphy effects work on a copy of the original. We want to go back to the original as well and have both the sketch version and the original version visible. Now, with both images visible in the workspace, you want to activate the sketch version by clicking anywhere on it to make it the active image. Then from the Layers palette, hold Shift and drag the background layer directly onto the original version. Now we need to load up the Handy Actions. Using the drop menu in the Artwork and Effects palette, choose Handy Actions. Scroll down until you find the Layer Mask action, which is highlighted here in red. You're going to run this action to create a layer mask on the sketch layer. After running the Layers Mask action, your Layers palette should look something like this, with the original background image and the sketch version just above it with a layer mask filled with white. Make sure the layer mask is active in the Layers palette. You'll see little squares around each corner of the layer mask signifying that it's active. Then you want to press D to reset your foreground and background colors to the default, and then choose the Gradient tool from the toolbar. Now just simply drag the layer mask gradient right on your image as shown in this picture here. You can see where it's black it will show what is underneath, and where it's white it will continue to hide what's underneath. You can redraw this gradient as often as you need to get it just right. You may also want to experiment with using maybe a circular gradient for a different kind of effect. And this is our final image.